Hey, Cowboys Nation, let's dive deep into everything that's going on with America's team. Because there is a lot to unpack, and I want to give you the real, unfiltered take on where we stand, how the season's shaping up, and what's coming next. First off, I know some of you have been wondering where I've been. And I'll be honest, it's been a bit of a personal reset for me. After some heavy moments in life and taking time to reconnect with family, I needed to step back, breathe, and really think about the purpose behind all of this. Sports aren't just about wins and losses, you're about the experience, the shared highs and lows, and the memories we create as fans. And no matter what anyone says, our team deserves respect and loyalty, because supporting the Cowboys isn't just a casual thing. It's a lifelong commitment now. Let's talk about the team itself. Despite some rough patches this season, there's a ton to be optimistic about, starting with the front office. They've been making moves that have laid a solid foundation for the future. The acquisition of George Pickens added a dynamic weapon to the offense, and Solomon Thomas has been a consistent force. On the defensive line, Kenny Clark's trade and the strategic adjustments around the salary cap freed up opportunities to strengthen key positions. And the front office has done a solid job of putting the right pieces in place. Even if not every player has hit their stride yet, the linebacker room, for instance, had high expectations that weren't fully realized, but the talent is there, and the framework for growth is undeniable. The offensive side of the ball, meanwhile, looks complete. With the right tweaks, like potentially adjusting the right tackle position, this offense has the tools to compete with anyone in the league. The integration between Prescott and George Pickens has been impressive, and the run game is showing improvement compared to previous seasons. The offensive line has faced challenges, but the foundation is solid. And there's a sense that the ceiling is extremely high if everything clicks. When we shift our attention to defense, things get more complicated. This unit has struggled, no doubt, and at times, it's been painful to watch. The defense has faced historic lows, and the inconsistency has been frustrating. Yet, even within the struggles, there are pieces that show promise. Kenny Clark remains a standout, and players like Shamar James, Reddy Stewart, Javon Clowney, and Diamond Asaku have shown flashes of talent that could form the backbone of a stronger defense. Down the line, right now, though, the overall performance has tested the patience of fans. And it's clear that significant adjustments are necessary to turn this unit around. The hope is that during breaks like the bye week, the team can reset, refocus, and begin addressing the gaps that have held the defense back, because the potential for a turnaround is there if the right moves are made. The offense has been a bright spot. Even amid defensive struggles, the production, particularly from Dak and the running game, keeps this team competitive. They're still among the top scorers in the league, averaging nearly 30 points per game, which is remarkable considering some of the challenges they've faced. Mistakes happen, penalties crop up, and execution isn't perfect, but the talent and ceiling are undeniable. The coaching staff has had to navigate balancing a high-powered offense while compensating for defensive weaknesses, which isn't easy. There have been moments where play calling has been conservative in an attempt to protect the defense, and that strategy sometimes slows down an offense built for speed, precision, and explosive plays. But even with those challenges, the coaching staff has maintained a level of performance that allows the team to compete and adjust, and the offensive schemes have generally capitalized on the strengths of the personnel. Special teams have quietly contributed in a consistent way. While not always flashy, they've executed their roles without costly mistakes, and in some cases, they've created scoring opportunities that provide momentum swings during games. Their reliability complements both the offense and defense and adds an extra layer of stability to a team that's navigating both growth and adversity. Looking ahead, the excitement for the future is tangible. The moves made by the front office, the talent in key positions, and the strategic foundation that's been laid all point toward a team that's building toward contention. Even if this season hasn't gone perfectly, the elements are in place to make significant noise in the coming years. The vision for 2026 is particularly promising, with the potential to compete in the NFC Championship and beyond. This isn't just optimism, it's based on evaluating the roster, the coaching, and the organizational decisions that have created a structure capable of success. There's a sense that if the defense can find its footing and the offense continues to develop its high ceiling, we're looking at a team that can consistently challenge for titles. And that's incredibly exciting for fans who have remained loyal through ups and downs. One thing to remember as fans is that sports aren't solely about the scoreboard. It's about the moments, the shared experiences, and the memories that these games create, from explosive plays to tense, defensive stands. Every game adds to the narrative of being a Cowboys fan. Even when the results aren't perfect, the journey, the passion, the debates, the energy in the stadium or living room is what makes following this team meaningful. And it's that human element, the shared joy and frustration, that keeps the connection alive. That's why supporting this team isn't about blindly following. It's about being present for every twist, turn, and milestone along the way. The narrative of this season so far is a mix of highs and lows. Offensively, the team has performed admirably, with moments of brilliance and consistent scoring output. That keeps the team competitive. Defensively, there's work to be done, and the frustration of watching missteps is real, but the potential for growth is there. The front office has been active and thoughtful, addressing needs strategically and laying the groundwork for sustained success. Coaching has had to adapt in real time, managing the offense and defense to maintain balance and competitiveness, sometimes making hard choices to prioritize one unit over another. And through it all, the special teams have provided stability, quietly impacting games without drawing excessive attention. Looking at the pieces as a whole, the trajectory is encouraging. While it's easy to get lost in the immediate results, the bigger picture shows a team evolving, learning, and positioning itself for meaningful success. Fans who remain patient and engaged will see the benefits of these foundational moves, the growth of young talent, and the potential for the kind of deep playoff runs that make being a Cowboys fan so rewarding. The future looks bright, and the excitement is justified because the combination of talent, leadership, and strategic foresight is setting up a team that can compete at the highest level. Now, while it's natural to get frustrated with mistakes, penalties, or miscommunications, it's important to contextualize those moments. Every team has rough patches, and part of being a fan is riding out those moments, analyzing what went wrong, and appreciating the growth when things start clicking. With the offensive line solidifying, Dak hitting his rhythm, and key defensive pieces developing chemistry, the potential for a transformative second half of the season and beyond is real. The foundation is set, and the excitement for what's coming is justified. Even in the face of adversity, the commitment to this team remains unshaken. Cowboys Nation knows what it means to support America's team through triumphs and challenges alike, and that commitment, that loyalty, fuels the energy that surrounds this team, both on and off the field. With the right adjustments, a continued focus on growth, and the strategic moves already in place, there's every reason to believe that the Cowboys are heading toward a period of sustained competitiveness and meaningful playoff contention. Now let's dive deeper into the evaluation of this team as the season progresses, because it's not just about watching games unfold, it's about understanding the forces shaping them and what they mean for the future. Starting with the offense, there's been a lot to admire. Dak Prescott has shown poise and consistency, connecting well with George Pickens and maximizing the talent around him. The running game has been revitalized compared to previous seasons, and the offensive line, while not flawless, has grown together and established a foundation for success. Penalties and self-inflicted errors have been frustrating at times, and certain plays have highlighted moments where execution could have been sharper. But the production overall speaks volumes. Averaging nearly 30 points per game even in stretches of inconsistency shows the high ceiling this offense possesses. The cohesion between skill players and quarterbacks and the ability to adjust mid-game has made this unit one of the more dynamic in the league. Special teams, often overlooked, have quietly contributed in ways that keep this team competitive. Their consistency has prevented game-changing mistakes and created momentum-shifting plays at critical moments. Touchdowns from blocked punts and field goal units, alongside disciplined execution, have added layers of reliability that complement both the offense and defense. While the spotlight rarely shines on them, their performance has been a stabilizing force. And in close games, that kind of dependability can make the difference between a win and a loss. When we turn to the defense, the picture is more complicated and frankly concerning. The struggles have been visible week in and week out, and it's clear this unit has yet to find its identity. There are flashes of talent from players like Kenny Clark, Shamar James, Reddy Stewart, Javon Clowney, and Diamond Asaku, but as a cohesive unit, it has fallen short. Defensive lapses, missed assignments, and an inability to consistently pressure the quarterback have made it difficult for this team to maintain leads or close out games. It's not that the players lack ability, it's a combination of inexperience, chemistry issues, and schematic challenges that have contributed to disappointing results. The hope is that with the right adjustments, focused coaching, and perhaps strategic acquisitions, this defense can evolve into a reliable unit capable of complementing the high-powered offense. Speaking of coaching, Brian Schottenheimer and his staff have faced one of the toughest balancing acts in football. The offense has had to compensate for defensive deficiencies, and sometimes that has led to conservative play calling or adjustments that limit explosive potential. While protecting a struggling defense is understandable, it can stifle an offense built for speed, precision, and creativity. When the team has attempted to balance these pressures, there have been moments where drives felt overly methodical, slowing down momentum and forcing perfection in execution. Yet, it's important to acknowledge the challenges involved and the staff's efforts to adapt in real time. Despite the obstacles, they have managed to keep the offense productive and competitive, demonstrating an ability to navigate adversity and make strategic adjustments when necessary. The coordination between offensive and defensive units under the current coaching approach has created some strain, but it has also highlighted areas for growth and opportunity. Play calling has occasionally been conservative, attempting to shield the defense, and while this may have prevented some immediate mistakes, it has at times limited the team's natural tempo and explosiveness. The coaching staff's challenge moving forward will be finding a balance that allows the offense to operate at peak efficiency, while providing support for a defense that continues to develop. Finding that equilibrium will be critical to the team's success, especially as they approach more competitive matchups in the latter half of the season and beyond. Overall, evaluating the Cowboys at this point requires a holistic view. Offense earns a solid B+, reflecting high production, playmaking ability, and promising development. Defense, despite flashes of talent, struggles to perform consistently, earning an F+ for the season thus far, with the plus acknowledging the potential in some of the core pieces. Special teams remain a bright spot, delivering reliability and occasional momentum-changing plays, meriting an A. Coaching carries a C-, weighted down by defensive struggles and the difficulty of balancing unit performance, though adjustments and strategic thinking are visible in key moments. The front office deserves an A for the strategic acquisitions, contract management, and overall roster construction, which position the team for long-term success and competitive contention. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. In what could be one of the most intriguing moves of the season, whispers around the NFL suggest that Odell Beckham Jr., the electrifying wide receiver known for his jaw-dropping catches and game-changing presence, has reportedly caught the attention of the Dallas Cowboys. While nothing has been officially confirmed, sources close to the team hint that discussions could be quietly underway, sparking excitement among fans hungry for a boost to the Cowboys' offensive arsenal. Beckham, who has had a rollercoaster career marked by both brilliance and injuries, would bring a dynamic element to Dallas that few receivers can match. His ability to stretch the field and create opportunities in critical moments could be exactly what the Cowboys are seeking as they look to elevate their passing game. Insiders speculate that the team's front office has been monitoring Beckham's availability closely, aware that his combination of talent and marketability would not only improve the roster, but also energize a fan base known for its high expectations. The rumor mill has been especially active, after sources noted subtle signals in recent team movements and social media activity that point toward potential interest. While Beckham has previously faced questions about consistency and durability, many analysts argue that a fresh start in Dallas, paired with a well-structured offensive scheme, could reignite his career in spectacular fashion. There's talk that the Cowboys coaching staff is envisioning ways to integrate him into their system, potentially redefining their passing attack and giving opposing defenses a matchup nightmare. Of course, nothing is finalized, and the league is no stranger to dramatic turnarounds and unexpected signings. Fans and pundits alike are left speculating, could the Cowboys be ready to make a splash by adding one of the most electrifying receivers of the decade? Or is this just another fleeting rumor in a sport where stories shift as quickly as the scoreboard? Regardless, the buzz surrounding Odell Beckham Jr. and Dallas has injected fresh energy into the off-season chatter, ensuring that all eyes will be on this potential acquisition as the story unfolds. One thing is certain: if it happens, The NFL landscape may never look the same. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.